Hey YouTube, little explanation of what this video is going to be. We hosted a professional tournament tonight, and our first round just happened to have two friends of the channel who happen to be equally low level face off against each other for the first round of the brackets. This is game one of that match. So this is the first game of the day. We must give, oh, black screen? Come on. There we go. It's the first game of the day. I do want to give a quick, very honorable mention to a particular Mike Zeckham out there. This dude donated $50 to the tournament prize pool before we even started streaming. So Mike, if you're watching, nothing but love, dude. Super thank you for supporting these tournaments. But let's get into game number one. We're in amateur hour. In the bottom right, we have the Silver League Terran player, but Beast of the Hill champion, General Show, aka Frostydayo from the Twitch chat. To the upper left, we have the blue Terran player. It's, of course, Bardeeno. Now, I would, in a polite sense, say Bardeeno has earned quite a bit of fame through the last time we cast him, his ridiculous antics. But instead, I will say he earned a lot of notoriety, because that's the evil version of the word, and I don't like what we saw. But the Bardeeno Casino is open and ready for business, and while we saw him do a TVZ, we're going to find out what he's got here for a TvT. Now, as I said before, General Show, perhaps not the most skilled player. This isn't going to be a scary game where there's like secret macro in store, but he's a player who knows how to play parts of the game well, which is weird to describe because if we're talking about nuking, General Show's figured this much out of the game, and it's something I would say he's actually like pretty good at. But as far as standard macro and building other units, no way. No way! He's gonna fight fire with fire! Bardeeno, of course, knows all of this about General Show because he's been around for General Show's victories. And Bardeeno is going for a Ghost Academy. Did they say anything about this? Are we going nukes, Bardeeno? Oh, okay. So it's not just the sickest meta gameplay of all time. He's just honoring the code. But nukes actually used to, once upon a time, have a very viable place in the matchup. I had mentioned this during a previous cast. There was an old build, Select. You guys remember old school Select? That guy, Terran player, Korean, etc. He had a really cool nuke build that involved using a nuke to just break the front wall because it would kill the depots, and then you would rush in with Hellions and kill all the SCVs. And it was so sick because the Ghost added a lot of extra damage. Nowadays, it's got things like steady targeting, so you can snipe off some of the defenders. But this isn't one of those games, and this isn't one of those levels of play. This is just to go with nukes. Now, Bardeeno perhaps didn't realize that you need a factory to build a nuke, and because this is so uncommon, I guess to spell it out for everybody really quick, you can build the Ghost Academy right the frick away after your barracks, but all you can do with it is Research Cloak. You actually require the factory to produce the nuke that comes out afterwards. Good old Dignitas Select, creator of the Shrug emote. Yeah, sup, son? It was always good times. There's a show match with him I'll never forget. It was him versus Golden. And Golden came into bailing bust Select, but Select had like seen this coming, so he had like a blind counter. Or not blind, a hard counter, excuse me. And as soon as Golden's bailings failed to bust the wall, Select just started spamming sup son in the chat in game. It was so good. But Bardeeno, is he gonna build a hidden base here in the bottom left? Because why would you expand in your normal natural? Why would you do that? That's just that's for crazy people. Old cat ladies expand to their natural. Young virile men like Bardeeno who are busy running a casino, they expand to the bottom left of the middle of nowhere. This guy's got big plans. But back on General Show's side of the field, he's built out a lot of Marines. He's got missile turrets. He's ready for nukes to come. This is weird because he hasn't actually scouted that this will be the case. Maybe he's just trusting Bardeeno. He's taking him at like face value when they agreed to play nukes. And maybe played a little bit of mind games around it, but he of course is going to get his own ghosts and his own nukes here eventually. The Marine buffer is really not too bad. You're going to have scans available most of the time. There's a planetary fortress at the natural, and it's really just really awful to look at, if we're being honest. But, you know, it'll get the job done in a pinch. This man has protected his ghosts. Only one nuke will be available, so he'll have the second ghost for backup, and he'll also have Widow Mines down in case anything tries to charge forward on it. I mean, the first nuke should be placed about here, outside the range of the detection from the missile turrets, and he should be able to then just basically pick off the missile turrets, but Walking in face first like that, not the right move, Bards. Of course, these Widow Mines will be seen from so far away. The small advantage is Marines have such low attack range. He didn't realize there was a planetary drill just now. That to fire upon the Widow Mines, he will have to, of course, get in range. But these ghosts cloak within range of the missile turret. This could have easily been these two ghosts auto-attacking every unit here down. This was poorly executed on both sides, if we're being completely honest. This was just garbage. The nuke comes down, and the ghost is just barely outside of view. For General Show, I don't think there's any question as to where it's coming down. He just kind of has to accept the nuke for what it is. Robin Thari, thank you for the 61-month resub, by the way. Happy Saturday to you, too. Is it Saturday? I don't even have a concept of time anymore. There is no second nuke, I don't think. Is there? No. He's got a second Ghost Academy, but he never built that second nuke. His best bet right now would be using this Ghost to just auto-attack SCVs, maybe, but just chilling in the back of the base waiting for this nuke to ready up. It does appear he's got enough energy to last that long, at least, so yay. But the follow-up out of this really isn't that convincing. For either side, frankly. General Show is going for more regular units. You know, we're seeing Marauders and Marines. I'm sure eventually Ghosts will come out. But I like this in terms of, like, yeah, the medevacs can go across the field. The nuke may or may not do damage, but a drop like this will always do damage, even if it's not very good. Bardeeno has also not built a planetary fortress in his main. On normal circumstances, I'd say good job, but in this one particular one, he may have been better off with it. But I don't want him to watch this VOD and feel encouraged to make a planetary fortress in the main base. So Bardeeno, don't you ever make a planetary fortress in your main base. General Show's looking around for the nuke. He should know what that dot looks like. He's looking. He's not seeing it. Oh no! Kaboom! 18 SCVs die in one fell swoop. I guess he does have a natural base going, but Bardeeno now has the worker lead, and funny enough, that extra base too. This ghost was destined to die. He was out of juice for cloak anyways. Meanwhile, to the bottom left, rather than turning this into a planetary fortress or an orbital command center, he has instead queued up 5 SCVs because he has 1,300 minerals, and that's how macro works. It's not, guys. But Bardeeno, friend of the channel, hopefully will take that roasting with light measure. He's got 2 nukes primed and ready for round 2. Building armor coming out of General Show. We got a missile turret range coming out of Bardeeno. He's now fortifying his main, saying there's no way in hell I'm going to let you drop into my base and catch me off guard. Ugh. But there is a ghost coming on the front line. Scans are available for Bardeeno. It shouldn't even be a question. The auto attack was a big mistake out of Show to let him know what's going on. If he scans to see this ghost, he can always steady targeting snipe it down. At the same time, General Show could steady targeting snipe these other ghosts. It does 170 damage. I don't know why they're not doing this. This is the worst game of VTech paintball. You guys remember that, by the way, back in Brood War, that old custom game? I think it was called VTech, at least. You'd have a ghost, and you'd just basically one-shot anything, and you could upgrade it to turn it into like a Hydralisk or Dragoon and stuff, too. But, man, not nuking the wall, not steady targeting down Bardeeno's uncloaked ghosts. I feel like there was a huge missed opportunity. Fusion Core going to be finishing the main for Bardeeno. Is this follow-up to go battlecruisers? Is this a game of nukes and battlecruisers? Is that what we've entered into? Is that the fray we have entered upon? No way. That's too expensive, but I guess he is floating a lot of money. Ghost makes it to the main, but there's so many missile turrets! Yes! Yes! Steady targeting! He JFK'd that bitch! Nicely done, Lee Harvey Oswald. What am I saying? Holy cow. But either way, he denies the nuke, which is huge, so great job out of Bardeeno. But General Show, as we talked about earlier, he does have real army units and a real army. The problem is, these are not really upgraded units. They don't have stim, for example. He's prioritizing combat shields. He's prioritizing +1. So this battlecruiser... This battlecruiser's not going to give 2 fucks about those Marines. Not initially, at least. Okay, well, General Show, like I said, on paper, everything looks better in terms of army. His economy sucks. He's not really recovered from that early game nuke. And of course, Bardeeno has the second base. If this was a higher level game, I would assess like, okay, he thinks he doesn't need SCVs because the other player doesn't have a command center at the natural base. And he scouted that, but that's not how this is working. That's not how this is playing. He could take the command center. He's floating 1,400 minerals after all. But just looking to keep building battlecruisers, I suppose, for the time being. As more ghosts come out of General Show, he may attempt to try nuking again. Oh. Why do you hate your natural base so much, Bardeeno? Why do you hate your natural base so much? Okay, interesting place. This is totally in vision and in range, though. There should be no question from General Show. Oh, he's looking. He doesn't see the blue dot on the minimap. He doesn't even need to scan for it. It's in missile turret range this whole time. Steady targeting does deny the nuke. Okay, barely, though. That was like half a second to go. Oh, you... No. I watched your camera looking for that ghost. That was not deserving of a winky face. Hell no. So again, for anyone who's just filtering into the channel, we do have real brackets, we got real tournament, we got real players, and these guys just happen to be the first round. They are both low league players, while everyone else was going to be a one-sided stomp warm-up game, if you will. So we chose to watch this one instead. But I have asked our admin to hold on to what is possibly Silky versus Game Time for the next round. So we should have like pro level ZVZ coming up next. This battlecruiser is a bit of a surprise, and that ghost certainly didn't expect it. He did. He on fire. Whoa, that's Bolvar 4 Dragon. Shout out to the WoW nerds who got that reference, but man, this is 2 battlecruisers at a time. He doesn't even have that great of upgrades for it. He's putting so many missile turrets he doesn't need. I love and hate Bardeeno. It's a real mixed bag of feelings. I just want to point out, by the way, he also made this command center in orbital, which I just can't, I hate. This is the guy who likes planetary fortresses in bad locations and orbitals in planetary fortress locations. I don't even know anymore. But Bardeeno is about to be matched battlecruiser for battlecruiser. However, I don't think it'll play out for General Show the way he wants it to. He's a little too far behind to the battlecruiser game to start with. But furthermore, he doesn't have the bases or the economy to support it like Bardeeno does. So all things considered, this has been a very blue economy this entire time. Bardeeno's just got so many minerals from these extra bases. And the General Show, watching his camera again, he's a little more panicked looking for it. This one did require a scan. But even though there's a Marauder in view, not going to be enough to stop the nuke, which denies stim! I don't even know if he knows that, but that's so huge. Wait, how did the Marauder not get hit by that? What the fuck? Anyways, he denies stim pack, which is huge. Battlecruisers teleport in! Surprise, surprise! Now, of course, the worst thing you could do is teleport directly on top of all the Marines, or directly on top of missile turrets, but, I mean, at the end of the day... Oh no, why are you Yamatoing units? Oh, okay, what? Bardeeno, I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad, Bardeeno. This was a good move that you turned into a really stupid move. Look at that micro, though. That extreme Terran micro. Grabs the battlecruiser, pulls it back as it's weak. He'll walk that bad boy home. He's got a couple Yamato. He's got one Yamato left, excuse me. He could knock down that missile turret if he'd really like to without too much consequence. And it's just going to fall back from this. Back on the other side of the field, it appears General Show had attempted to go for a nuke, but it took so long that the ghost is actually out of energy. So by the time he gets in range to nuke anything, he will not be stealthed. In fact, Bardeeno is going to see this without seeing it, if that makes sense. Just walks right by it, sit there in plain sight. But denying stim was huge, because of course there's a very real wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rather than... Ghost report. It's right there, Bardeeno. There you go. Nice snipe. I was gonna say that rather than pull these battlecruisers an extra 4 feet to have SCVs repair, we drop mules. Look, if you're gonna drop mules on the front line, that's fine. But this is like you almost pulled them back to your command center and then decided to drop mules anyways. Scans in to see if there's more missile turrets. There are not. Bardeeno's gonna come in and Yamato the missile turret down again. This thing barely doesn't die. Oh, is this the sickest nuke bait of all time? Don't chase my battlecruiser, silly Marines. This nuke's not going to hit too much of anything. That teleport away from the battlecruiser, keeping it safe a little bit longer. It does hit a Viking, I take it back. That poor Viking was the only thing it hit. It fully concentrated all of its yeet onto that one Viking. Steady targeting will one-shot some of the Marauders, which is nice. Auto targets from the Marines. Ghost deal a ton of damage to light, 20 damage a shot, so that plus the battlecruiser just tears through this Marine force. There's only one of his 3 battlecruisers, too. If all 3 of his units are on the front line, teleport that out. Bardeeno, don't you dare lose that battlecruiser! There's a double expansion out of General Show. I appreciate the idea behind this, but I think it's a little too late for Macro at this stage. Back at home for Bardeeno. He's way too turtled up. We get to see that nuke go flying as he launches it to the other side of the field once again. Scan sees this, but I don't think one Marauder's DPS is enough. Two barely might not even make it either. The Ghost survives just long enough for the nuke to get denied at the last second. Holy crap. And another cheeky winky face out of General Show. But I hope Bardeeno not only repairs his battlecruisers, I hope when he teleports across the map with 5 of them, I hope his first thing he does in chat is types a winky face. Silky has been held. Thank you, Dares. Thank you, Dares. Dares, of course, rocking the admin job for us again today. Man, I have seen... Dares was telling me about this before the show today, and I've seen a lot of people tweet about it. Has anyone here watched that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Is that movie good? Is that one of those like I should go out and see it type things? I should actually venture outside the house? That's a tall order. For those asking, this is Gold League for Bardeeno, Silver League for General Show, and the reason we're casting this is because the other matchups were all really one-sided anyways. So it's dumb and frankly bad as this is. A quick little peek here at the brackets, guys. We are going to be getting... So this is where we are now. We are going to do Silky versus Game Time. That's a pro level ZVZ. That'll be coming up after this series is done. So some of you will enjoy this. Some of you will endure this. But either way, we do have pro level matches starting after this best of 3 is done. It's pretty solid. Very long. It's 3 hours. Wow. I saw the previews for it. It looked funny. Like, I think it was one of those movies that I made a note that I did want to see at some point. I just didn't know if it's like rush out to the theater where they... You know, this best of 3 could take hours, right? Don't, like, if I just don't think about it, then it's not a problem, okay? If I just focus on anything else, I don't have to think about the pain. Don't remind me. This is a 18-minute... Oh, what? Where are you going? 1 battlecruiser for high ground vision? Yamato the missile turret? I don't know. What are you doing, Bardeeno? What's the game plan, man? You've got enough army to win the game. Just go for it. Just pull the trigger. He doesn't even tell. Just walk him across the field. Just walk him across the map. I'm walking here. There's some Vikings coming out, which, by the way, are not a bad idea to deal with battlecruisers, but, I mean... You have to be able to kite the Vikings. I guess the micro on these battlecruisers is not stellar. But for, I guess, the folks out there who do see something like this and you think, how on earth do you deal with it? Battlecruisers are ridiculous. The short answer is micro, right? A lot of these Marines could fight maybe at face value, but the Vikings can kite a battlecruiser. Unless it has Yamato cannon off cooldown, there's very little chance a battlecruiser... He's going for a planetary fortress. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't, what is this? What the fuck? What is, why? Ooh. This is gonna land a planetary fortress in the main base of somebody who has a big ball of bio to kill it. He's gonna nuke on top of it, so it's the sickest distraction. If this ends up, wait a minute. If this actually baits General Show's army to walk into the nuke, then this is the biggest brain play of all time. But he cancels the nuke. Why did he cancel the nuke? Oh, why did I choose to cast this? I do want to highlight something really cool that's happened, by the way, while this goes on. I mean, the planetary is going to die. Rest in peace. General Show walled off his northernmost base. Excuse me. He walled off against a Terran player that has 1, 2... 3 different ways to get to this base. This is not just a useless wall. It might be one of the most useless walls. In fact, I think Alpha Star, who cannot wall for shit, has better walls than this wall. General Show trying to be condescending to Bardeeno for his planetary. Bardeeno's probably like, all right, dude, cool. Thanks for the info. Thanks for the hot tip. By the way, here's like 10 battle cruisers. 9, excuse me. 9 battle cruisers. This is so dumb. This is so stupid. I guess, hey, while we got a quick moment and you guys are enjoying this game, hit up that Match Arena page. We got coupon codes today. It's getting harder and harder for me to get these coupon codes, so I want to make sure we're using them every time we get them. So please go cash in those coupon codes. But all right, here we go. The Battlecruiser army marches in. It really should just be, it's not even an A move. It's just literally move. You just literally move command with these Battlecruisers. That's all you got to do. He's not though. Bardeeno needs to go watch some more Nathania streams and get some hot tips on how to utilize Battlecruisers best. But I do like the idea of this nuke. So in a real sense, this nuke could be used to either bait the army into a bad fight, which is happening kind of right now, or it zones out an army while you attack elsewhere. There's a lot of uses to nuke outside of their immediate big damage, but oh, like that micro takes out the first battlecruiser safely, teleports to his side, same with the other! And without these battlecruisers dying, they're available for round 2 of that fight, and frankly, General Show is not. Even though he's got Vikings coming out, Bardeeno's got almost all of his Yamato cannons available. No reason to waste them on Marauders, for example. Mule's being dropped to repair the battlecruisers, and this should be an easy win, let's be honest, guys. But it is still the reluctance to go in. I'm not supposed to influence the game. I just finish you. No, don't do it. I can't have all chat for these games. It's just too tempting. It's just way too tempting. We have like 10 attempted nuke drops in this one game. Yeah, it's been diligent, I guess is the word we'll use. I do wonder, as Bardeeno mines out of his main base, does he lift his command center and put it at the natural, or does he just take another stupid, weird, random base? Oh, the answer is he takes another stupid, random, weird base. These mules are not on auto repair, which is a little... Okay. Hey, Bardeeno, hot tip. If you right-click the repair button, it will turn auto repair on. I just can't watch that. I'm so sorry. I know I've just compromised the integrity of the tournament. I just can't. I just can't watch him do it again. Where these mules idle out and the battlecruisers remain unrepaired. But all right, this is very one-sided as you would expect. The Vikings trying to move into this. A nuke comes down on top of it just for style points. But this is over. This has been over. This is determination not to die is what this is. Sadly, there's nothing left for that nuke to hit. The battlecruisers did the job they needed to. They target down the command center next. It's a full energy orbital. Oof. My biggest fear at this point is that Bardeeno might accidentally nuke his own battlecruisers. Luckily, full health battlecruisers can survive the damage of one nuke, but he almost walked into it. Can we just talk about it? I just have my mouth like hanging open. Like he almost walked into it. Cool guys don't look at Yamatos. He'll deny the fusion core likely before this Yamato ever finishes. General Show, I think, has abandoned the idea of trying to match him, but instead goes on with missile turrets. Now, before anyone gets to this commentary, I should note that it is actually something that is not often discussed, but it is difficult to know when to leave a game of StarCraft 2 sometimes. In your mind, you're always determined to fight. The battle is happening. You can still win. You've got minerals. You've got money. You're not out. This is something that I would stay in games for like 30 minutes longer than I need to. I'd be the guy who'd float that barracks in the corner of the map because fuck you, right? But it's not always an anger thing. Sometimes it's just that you don't know better thing. And let's be real, General Show is dead. But General Show is also in Silver League and likely doesn't know better. So I don't want anyone to misunderstand this as like being rude and staying in the game too long. He's determined to try and get one nuke off before this game is done. Looks like that ghost took a full Widowmine to the face, but even if he gets this nuke off, it's not gonna accomplish anything. This is just kind of like a personal victory. A little personal win there on that ghost. All right, I understand. Meanwhile, the Marines that trickle out of this have just been dying to a battlecruiser with 5 armor. It gives no fucks. Rather than waste time fighting the missile turrets, he's just gonna nuke them. I like that. Although the battlecruisers start walking into the nuke for God knows why. Goodbye, missile turrets. Goodbye, General Show. GG with a heart.